Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Fisto! Yep, that's right, Fisto. No Battle Fist this time around. Unlike in the 2000X toy line, he actually gets his correct name just like the 80s figure, and we're treated to a new member of the Heroic Warriors. Now, I've been pretty excited for this figure ever since he was revealed, so let's see if he meets those expectations. Fisto comes in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging. The back of that box shows off a selection of other Classics figures, along with the new 30th anniversary logo. We're also treated to a brand new bio for the character. Fisto is one of those characters that really seems to perfectly translate into the Classics style. He very much resembles the look of the vintage figure, but with some amazing new details. His head sculpt is absolutely terrific. He's very gruff and manly looking with that bushy beard, but he's also got bright blue eyes, so you know he's got a soft side to him. Usually the character is portrayed with red hair, and while his hair is red, it's a very dark red that's almost a brown. But all of the detailing here is really great. His face has so much character in the sculpt. You just look at him and immediately get the notion that you do not want to mess with this guy. He's wearing his classic purple and silver armor, along with a purple belt that sits atop the standard furry loincloth piece. And then, of course, there's this thing that Fisto is known for, his giant right fist. The large fist is a shiny silver and has a really neat design with rivets all around his balled up metal fingers. The fist can rotate just like a regular hand, so you'll be able to get Fisto posed in various punching positions. Now here's something that's really cool. Check out his bicep just above the fist. You can see that there are sculpted veins bulging out of it. Also, in comparison, it's larger than the standard bicep piece. Now Fisto's left arm has the normal sized muscles on it, so his right arm is much stronger from swinging around that giant metal fist. Now that is an amazing attention to detail. Alright, there's a lot of cool things to look at with Fisto, so let's get started. Now, he's pretty much your standard male buck, so, if any of the guys you've ever had in this line, you pretty much know what you're going to get with this figure here. All the articulation is the same. One thing to note is it's all really tight. His shoulders are very tight, the legs, the knees are nice and tight, the ankles are incredibly tight, like ridiculously tight, which is a good thing. I'm saying, I like that they're that tight because we don't have to worry about his ankles giving out on him and the figure just falling over. I love that. Fisto, of course, does include his giant silver fist, the staple for Fisto. Can't have him without that. It is not a removable piece. It does not come off. So anybody that was wondering if that was going to be removable, it is not. And it does just work like your regular articulation, just kind of swivels there at the wrist. He does include removable armor, and it is the soft kind. It's just got the little peg holes on the back, so you can see we can just pop that off there. Just fold it up over the figure, and it's that real soft rubbery kind, real flexible. Now, Fisto does have the silver belly, even though his armor actually pretty much, he covers him all the way. He doesn't have the exposed stomach, really, like Battle Armor He-Man or anything like that. But I guess it's because if you articulate him up, it exposes the stomach. So he did get the smooth silver stomach underneath the armor there. But, you'll probably keep the armor on anyway, right? All right. Now, as soon as we get this armor back on here, I can start showing you some of the really cool little features with Fisto here. So, he comes with your standard Fisto head, which is basically your vintage figure design. So this is based on the original figure, just the standard bearded head. He's got the awesome purple version of the Triclops sword. So we can pop that in one hand here, you got the giant fist in the other hand, and you've pretty much got your nice updated version of the vintage Fisto. Now, the cool thing about this is one of those figures where Mattel actually went above and beyond and gave us a bunch of cool accessories, which give us multiple display options. So check this out. If you preferred the way that Fisto appeared in the 2000X series, pop off this head, pop on the new Fisto head with the little the crown on his head. We have an awesomely detailed belt that's got a little bottle, some pouches, a little book that actually just clips right on. It's got a small peg on the back. So you just fold that around, clip that on, and then we've got the infamous giant 2000X Fisto sword, complete with the little fist on the handle. Now this is great because this sword was supposed to come with the 2000X figure and didn't. So this is the first time we're actually receiving this sword in official capacity to actually include with our action figures. So you can hold this in his hand if you want. It's a huge sword and it's so heavy. It's really weighted. In fact, it is so weighted that I did notice that he does have issues kind of holding it. Even though he's got all tight joints, his wrist kind of goes a little limp for the big heavy sword there. But you know, you can find a good way to get it positioned. It is so big though. It's crazy. But he does also have this place on his back where you can actually store it. So he can actually sheathe the giant sword. Now that is way too big for this one, which just falls all the way through it, so it's useless for that. But it is cool that you can actually sheathe the giant sword on the back. So the cool thing about this, like you look at these two heads side by side, you can see it's like the exact same sculpt. Exact same face, the only difference is the little crown piece that he's wearing. So it is really cool though, and it actually makes quite a bit of difference because now, you know, the fans of the purely vintage stuff can display the vintage Fisto, fans of 2000X can display 2000X. If you want to mix and match it, display it however you want to, you got the option to do it. And I just think that is an incredibly cool feature. I think that right there, this is what Masters of the Universe Classics is all about. We can make whatever version of Fisto we want. Whatever we think is the best version of Fisto, we've got it right here. The alternate head looks just as menacing as the first, but with the added detail of that small crown piece. And his belt is really cool. I love all of those little details like the book and the bottle that are strapped in. Now, as I briefly showed you, aside from those interchangeable parts, Fisto also includes a few accessories. For those who prefer the vintage figure, Fisto includes the Triclops sword that is painted with a metallic purple that can be held in his left hand. He also includes the huge 2000X style sword, complete with small fist on the handle. This one is so big and heavy that, as I showed you, he does have some problems holding it up at times. But you can fit it into the holster on his back, or you can find ways to pose him with it that do look really great. And it's just awesome to finally have this sword in our collections, since we were supposed to get it back with the 2000X line. So if you wanted to, you could even put it with your 2000X Fisto. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here's Fisto alongside his vintage counterpart. The design is similar, but you can see just how the Classics version really amped up the detailing. And here he is alongside the 2000X version. His fist isn't overly huge like it was back in 2000X, but I actually prefer it this way. Fans of the vintage Masters of the Universe line will be very happy to add Fisto to their collection. Fans of the 2000X line will also be very happy to add Fisto to their collection. Actually, everyone will be very happy to add Fisto to their collection. This figure is just about as perfect as you can get. He is the definition of what Masters of the Universe Classics should be all about. He's got an amazing sculpt and paint job. He comes with enough interchangeable parts and accessories that you can display him in any fashion you want.
and he is an amazing update of a classic character. Mattel better have one heck of an amazing lineup plan for the rest of 2012 if they plan to do any better than Fisto, because he is easily one of the absolute best figures that this line has produced thus far. Fisto will be available in February 2012 on MattyCollector.com and is part of the Eternian Collectors Club subscription. Until next time.